It's Monday, people, which means it's time for an all-new latest edition of the OH.Report video podcast. My name is Brian Skronsky. I'm going to be leading today's great debates and semi-intelligent conversations about local Ohio high school sports, some pro sports, and even some college. And I got the crew with me to help break it all down for me, including a guy right over here, simply known as Big League. That's right, Travis Berardi. Hardly recognize him without his empty shaker bottle, pretending he's drinking protein shakes. Oh, wait. There he is. That's Travis for sure now. I know
Already
it's the real
finished
deal. Now let's send it over to our two dodos over here. That's right. These guys are about the size of a big league. It's Blimphead Storm Blunchley and Garrett Two-Chain Parlet. Let's go. A lot of beef on today's broadcast. But no wins here in the state of Ohio over the last couple of days, gentlemen. It was a little bit depressing, I gotta say, as an Ohio State football fan and then also a Browns fan. But which was the worst loss? Was it Ohio State dropping that 35-28 defeat at home against Oregon? Or was it the Browns coming apart late in that game at Kansas City yesterday, 33-29? We'll let the Steelers fan weigh in first.
Victory Monday. I'm going to say Ohio State. The Browns really stuck it to Kansas City. Kansas City, they were the runners-up in the Super Bowl. They were the AFC champions last year. You guys put up a really big fight against them at Arrowhead. I think that game's completely changed if it's in Cleveland also, if your punter can catch the ball. I think if you would have got that punt away, I think you guys would have been able to hold that off. So the Browns, you guys have high hopes. But the Ohio State Buckeyes, they did that to themselves, that loss. A lot of drops in the first half on key third down situations as well. And then
Stover, dang it.
It hurts to see. It hurt me when I saw that. But also C.J. Stroud with that, trying to throw it out of bounds, underthrew it. It got picked off, pretty much ended the game. But Buckeyes showed fight, but they just, too many drops cost them. So I'm going to go with the Buckeyes.
You guys agree, was the loss of the horseshoe by the Bucks the worst of the weekend?
Yeah, I definitely think so. For the Browns, you played a tough team at a tough stadium. Nothing really to hang your head out. I think they played great. Baker played phenomenal, I think, in my opinion. But the Buckeyes just don't lose at home. And that's coming from someone who likes Michigan. They literally just don't lose at home. So it was very surprising for me to see Ohio State lose. And it was just a bad weekend to be an Ohio sports fan. So, it was one of those weekends where it was actually kind of nice to be a fan of the state up north.
Good for you.
That doesn't come a lot during the year, Storm. Ohio State, I think it's definitely Ohio State. A little lackluster performance at home, dropping to the Oregon Ducks. I think the Browns went on the road, and they played a tough team in a tough environment, and they hung with them, man. They were out in front by, I believe, double digits. So I think kudos to the Browns. I think they put the league on notice, but Ohio State, man, they've got to get to that defense. That defense, man, is atrocious. And C.J. Stroud, he's got to settle down. I know he's a redshirt freshman. In those late fourth quarter situations, I feel like he was crumbling. So I think they got to get it under wraps. I think they'll be okay. I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, though, so I guess we'll see.
I like the fight, the drive, the energy that we saw from the Buckeyes. They scored 4 straight touchdowns. I thought they were going to come back and win that game, and if not for just a little overthrow of Wilson, that would have been a 60-yard touchdown pass, would have tied that baby up. I think the Buckeyes would have got it, but as the only one here that's actually a Buckeye and Browns fan, let me tell you why all of you are wrong. It is the Browns, and it is the Browns tenfold, because nothing could be more Browns than having the lead over Kansas City on the road in a hostile environment, and then having the fourth quarter that we had where all of a sudden our punter can't catch a snap, and all of a sudden Baker Mayfield throwing interceptions. He hadn't done it the entire game. Nick Chubb, I don't remember if that guy fumbled at all last year. He picks a horrible time to do it. It just all came unraveled all at the worst time. We went from the highest of highs yesterday in Cleveland to, man, rock bottom. We haven't won in week 1 in the entire 17-year lives of a lot of people. That's crazy to think about, that a high school senior has never seen the Browns win a week 1 game. Baffling to me. They did it again. They looked good. I'm not disappointed, but I am Browns. We'll get it together in the future. That was the worst loss of the weekend. But outside of the Browns' fourth quarter collapse, give me a big takeaway from Sunday, week 1 football. Lots of other teams playing out there. I know Travis, real happy about his Steelers winning. The Lions almost got it done. Vikings too. Almost a lot of almost here for us here, us fans. So we'll start with you two over here. What would you say was a big takeaway that you're going to take away from the NFL?
Matthew Stafford played with a competent team, a team who knew what they were doing. He tossed for 321 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And, I'm a guy who likes Stafford. I feel like as a Lions fan, I am obligated to like Matthew Stafford. I'm super happy for him, and I think he played great. I think there were a lot of doubters coming into the season, not really knowing if he could get it done. I know it's only been 1 week, 1 game, but I'm really impressed with Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, and I really hate to admit it, but I'm going to go with Travis' Steelers, man. I mean, going on the road, that's a big win against a tough team that is going to definitely compete for an AFC title, maybe even a Super Bowl appearance in the Buffalo Bills. So I'm going to go with Travis' team. My team dropped the ball, but I agree with Storm. Matt Stafford looked good. I don't know what to expect from Matt Stafford. He did beat an Andy Dalton's Bears team, but I guess we'll see.
Oh, God, Travis, are you going to lay another layer there on the Pittsburgh patty?
I actually, at halftime, I was thinking up, the Steelers are going to lose this one. The offense isn't doing anything. The defense is looking phenomenal, but 10-0, I don't think they're going to be able to come back. And then somehow, some way, Matt Canada made the adjustments at halftime, and the Steelers got it done. So that surprised me. But the AFC North, they can ball out, Ski. The Browns, I know, tough loss for you, but they really showed up against Kansas City. They really punched them in the mouth, especially in the first half as well. The offense looked great. Just a couple mistakes. Build off of that, you still got 16 more games to get that corrected before the playoffs. The Steelers, like I said, big win. The Bengals, taking advantage of a couple mistakes by G-Man's squad. That's a tough loss for G-Man. I know he was at the game, but hope he at least had a good time at the game. And then we'll see with the Ravens tonight what they can do. But the biggest surprise to me, the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to.
Good grief, man. They all just looked bad. I don't know if it was just the fallout from the offseason with Aaron Rodgers, that whole situation, but man, they look nothing like the team last year.
Famous Jameis comes out and drops 5 tutties on them. I mean, they squashed them like a little thin burger patty. And Aaron Rodgers, the defending MVP, coming in, there's so much hype. They think he's a juicy quarter pounder. He was more like a Whataburger. What happened to that dude? That wasn't real football, what we saw from the Packers yesterday. I was shocked every time I flipped over that it just was another 3 and out for the Packers. Can't get the run game going. Oh, Aaron Rodgers can't get it to any of his receivers. I don't know what happened there. Lucky for all of us collectively, except for the Steelers fan and Aaron, that we get to just move on. Just 1 week. We get 17 of these regular season weeks now, so longer season. We're in it for the long fight. Let's switch to the high school ranks now, where we're actually almost halfway through the regular season. What would you guys say are the biggest storylines through 4 weeks? Collectively, Storm, you've seen a lot of Shelby football. I'm guessing I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, I mean, no shock here, but, I was actually watching some of the older episodes of the podcast, and, I remember there was a time where I wasn't the biggest believer in Shelby Whippets football.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I believe I quote said, I think that they're going to be good, but not as good as they were last year. And here we are, 4 weeks into the season, and they're one of the best teams in the area. Of course, my guy, Marshall Shepard, doing what he does. But the skill guys also, really holding it down. They got a lot of speed, a lot of quickness. And even their running back, Skylar Winters, had 6 carries for almost 120 yards and a touchdown last week versus Ontario. So, I mean, I got to stick with my Shelby Whippets.
Yeah, I'm going to jump in just real quick here. We're talking a lot about Marshall Shepard here on the show and then on the Friday Night Pigskin. How about Blaine Bowman has 8 touchdown catches already? That was more than my entire high school career, and I thought that I was pretty good. He's done that in 4 weeks. Like, we're not talking, I don't think, enough about what number 2 is doing for the Whippets. That dude is a matchup nightmare. You know a little bit about that, G?
Yeah, definitely, to say the least. He's probably the best receiver I've seen in the area, definitely. But I'm going to switch over. My biggest storyline, I think it's Cressy. I think Cressy's a real deal. I've said it for a few weeks now. I mean, every spot, they got depth. Skill positions, man, they got Addison Raymer, Gabe Smedley, Cade Cunningham. I mean, it just goes on. And then, of course, their bell cow back, Connor Morris on the road against the Rough Riders in a hostile environment, had 41 carries, 280, and 3 touchdowns. All 3 of the touchdowns come from Connor Morris in the big win over the Rough Riders. So I'm going with the Cougars. I think it's time for people to put some respect on Cressy's name.
How about the bell cow coming in the form of Connor Morris? Dude, he's probably the biggest shining star at the running back position that we have in our area. Who saw that coming? I don't think any of us on this show. Connor Morris is a stud, man. What do you got for me, Trav?
I actually have a couple points. First, the Mansfield Senior Tigers, I think they can play with the best. They showed that against West Holmes. If it wasn't for a trip in the end zone, they might have pulled off the miracle touchdown there against a really good West Holmes team. That may be a regional semifinal, maybe a regional final rematch. Because I think the Mansfield Senior Tigers right now, even without that running offense that they have, they can, like I keep saying, if they can get that going, they're going to be even better. But right now they can play with the best, especially with the defense. Northmore and East Knox, let me know if you've heard this before. They're on a collision course for the KMAC Championship, I believe. In a couple weeks, they're going to play October 1st. They'll play at Northmore, but both of those teams, Northmore undefeated right now. Hater, keep hating over there. Keep hating with the shaking your head. I see you over there hating that. But
Let K-Mac Trav go down his little K-Mac journey. Come on, it's a weekly occurrence.
But speaking of East Knox, I heard from G-Man Storm that the folks up at Crestview do not like me that much because what I picked in the East Knox game, I chose the Bulldogs. But what the Crestview Cougars, Adam, if you can come back to me for a second, Crestview folks, what you guys have done the last 2 weeks, I'm bought in. I am a believer in the Crestview Cougars, and I think they have a chance of running the table.
Oh, he's got that Imagine Dragons playing for real. Like,
Yeah.
make me up. And you are a believer.
I am a believer. I am a believer of Crestview football, what they did against a really good East Knox squad, and then what they did against an undefeated Western Reserve squad at Western Reserve. They're on a path, and I think that St. Paul game is going to be for the Firelands Championship, and they're finally, something that G-Man and Storm were unable to do, they're finally going to be able to beat St. Paul, and they're finally going to be able to get that outright Firelands Championship.
We got a name for people like Travis. I believe that's what they call bandwagon fans.
Yeah. Quit hopping on the bus now,
yeah.
Trav. We've been here.
The
Better
ship
late
has
than
sailed.
never.
There was rumors
Better late
going
than
that
never.
big.
The ship has sailed, bro. We're gone. We're on the Crestview Island over here, and you're still over there. Well, K-Mac.
K-Mac Trav.
Oh.
They
I like
threw
my
me, like,
K-Mac,
I
but
at least got like a little bit of the raft over here, so I'm on board. But Travis, he's trying. He's trying his best. We'll see if when they get to that St. Paul game, if we'll allow him on.
All right.
For me, how about a team that never lets us down? And we keep questioning this team year after year. Oh, they're not going to be as good. They're not going to be as good. How are they going to replace these guys? How the Lucas Cubs just beat everyone down every single season. I can't fully comprehend, but at the same time, I'm starting to see the full picture. It's starting to make sense to me, guys. Scott Spittler has his guys so much tougher than the competition that he's D7. They got about 800 people in the entire town of Lucas. They're welcoming in a Division I school this weekend that's got about 800 boys on the team. Are you kidding me? They're willing to play anybody, anytime, any place, anywhere. They roll up their sleeves and they get dirty, man. The Lucas Cubs are easily, to me, the coolest story so far. 4-0. They've won a couple of tough games on the road, and they've played 3 games on the road. They just never seem to disappoint us. Fantastic stuff from the Cubs. All right, speaking of fantastic stuff, how about our Friday Night Phenom from Week 3? We showed you guys the winner on the Friday Night Pigskin, but let's go ahead and run it back one more time because who doesn't like a winner, right?
Through that.
Our guy, Victor Skoog, there's the numbers. Check out the digits, boys. 4 tutties. All of them, I believe, came in the second half. 29 unanswered points. Clear Fork scored on the road at Lexington to come back and beat them. It's just cool, I think, anytime you can be that type of person where you rally the troops. You know, it's looking dark. You know, it's looking grim out there. You're getting thrashed by one of your former conference opponents. You know, it's a county rivalry. And Vic came out there and was just willing, dealing, gunning, running, did it all for his team. I mean, how can you not be impressed?
I am impressed. It's pretty crazy, actually. I think that, the whole storyline of the game kind of sets it in stone. I mean, that comeback was absolutely nuts, and like you said, Skoog at the spearhead of it. So I'm definitely impressed.
And you want your QB to be an extension of the coaching staff, and down that many points late in the game, you got to get back in the game, and that's exactly what Skoog did. He will have seen the victory.
So that was our top individual performance from Week 3 for obvious reasons. Look at this dude, chucking it all over the yard, and give some love to his wideouts for going up, making some plays too. But that was just a lot of Victor Skoog out there, getting on the perimeter, making some plays happen with his legs and certainly his arm. But how about the top play of the week from Week 3 of the high school football season? Let's see what we got for you guys. And I think it's going to be a little bit of trickery. That's right, the Ashland Arrows. Oh, those tricky arrows. It's a halfback pass. How about Brian Hossey going up top? Grayson Sturry, where's the defense? No one in sight, nobody in frame there. The Arrows would not get the victory in this game, gentlemen, but they had the nicest play, Trav.
Yeah, like you said, that they were, I think, 20 or 30 yards away from the nearest receiver. That was a perfectly executed halfback pass. Didn't even think it was coming. He had 2 options there, you could see. 2 wide receivers that were wide open, able to get the pass, but man, it's tough to be Ashland right now. 0-4, did not see that coming.
Yeah, I don't think they did either. Big expectations for the Arrows, and so far, what they do have to show for it, though, is the top play of the week. So not a total downer right now if you're the Arrows and their fan base. maybe they can make our list again here soon. Let's go ahead and show you who the new nominees are. We're going to begin with the Friday Night Phenoms right now from Week 4 of the high school football season. All the best playmakers that you've seen from this last Friday night that we capture with our cameras coming at you right here and now, including this gentleman right here, Deegan Horn. 21 carries for the quarterback, almost 200 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground, and he also, I believe, threw for 100 yards and a touchdown too. He had 4 total touchdowns in this game. Big win at Clear Fork. They just rolled right over the Colts. It was a little bit surprising to me to see how bad it was that the Redmen actually handled them. But Horn, the major reason why, guys.
Yeah, Deegan Horn is special. I saw him versus Shelby, and he was doing that exact same thing to Shelby. He's so versatile. He's like a Swiss Army man. The dude has crazy. He's just an athlete. He's a lot like G-Man's guy over in Gallion. Not quite to the extent, but definitely impressive.
Maybe a little bit like G-Man himself, best hands in Richland County. But how about Cole DeLauder? 32 carries. That's what I love about him. This kid's just a sophomore, gentleman, but he was able to tote the rock time after time. Every time the Bulldogs needed chunk yardage, every time they needed to, just churn out a few, too, pick up some first downs. DeLauder was the dude. He was dropped for -2 yards in his first carry. I don't think the next 31, any of them went for a loss. Over 200 yards, got into the end zone a bunch of times against the defending undefeated K-Mac champion Trojans. Travis, you're our K-Mac dude. Tell us, how special was this performance from DeLauder and what he was able to do knocking off Centerburg?
Not surprising to me. Last year he did it in a reserve role. Had to pick things up after an injury last season, and he doesn't look like a sophomore. He looks like a senior. I mean, he could just do everything, as you see right here. He can even catch the pass out of the backfield. One of those Swiss Army knives, as Storm would say. Can do it all. Cole DeLauder, East Knox fans, you got him for another 2 years, and he's going to be a sight to see for those 2 years.
Yeah, already putting up big numbers as a sophomore. We'll see what he does as his career rolls along. This too, just a sophomore. How about Sam Williams-Dixon? 18 carries, 80 yards. He also caught it 6 times, 6 receptions out of the backfield for this dude. So, man, how many Swiss Army knives can we have on one countdown? This guy certainly was one of them. He did a bunch of nice things for West Holmes. Most importantly, he led them to a victory at Arlen Field. Not an easy place to win. Travis, you directed this game. You saw him with your own eyes in person. This dude is smooth. He's fast. He's big. He's versatile. He can do it all.
Watch this play. Quarterback lunging for the fumble. He just casually picks it up and runs straight up to the end zone. That gave West Holmes the lead. He has it all. He has it all as a sophomore.
Oh, you know who else has it all through the passing game? Marshall Shepard, the only player to be featured on our list all 4 weeks of the season. Still no love for this Whippet, though, in the vote. Can he get a dub? Maybe this week is the week. Storm, tell the people why he should probably earn that check mark. Why say that he was the best of the week this week?
Listen, I'm going to be very clear and concise. No freak out there. Marshall Shepard needs to win one of these. He needs to win one. 4 TDs, 75% completion percentage with 336 yards. And the best part is this is a lot of people's best games. This is like one of Marshall's not his best game.
Right.
I don't even know how to describe it because it's that good. Shelby, please get this guy a win on the Phenom.
Yeah, he's special, man. I know that the 4 horsemen, they're out there, they're doing their thing. You see all them yak yardage that they roll up. So maybe a receiver from Shelby can make the countdown, but not until Marshall wins it. So if you want to get on here, blame Bowman, Hill, and company, make sure that you get your boy Marshall a dub. All right, Zach Schieffer, this dude did it on both sides of the football. He was incredible for Upper Sandusky. Mohawk thought that they were going to be the favorites in this game, but nah, it was because Mr. Schieffer was coming up with huge plays. How about that pick right there, diving up over the defender? That was pretty sick, but he could do it in the aerial attack as well. Defense, offense, the total package. This dude is the real deal, and whoa, look at the speed, man. Took me off guard right there. Awesome performance by this Ram, Trav.
Not occasionally do you see a man get mossed as a defender.
True.
He mossed that wide receiver on that first interception, but in key situations, he came up with the big play. There's the lunging interception, but then, like you said, he has the speed to get open as a wide receiver to make the big plays, and the Rams, they're at 500.
Yeah, almost 500 carries for this guy so far in the season. 50 of them coming just the other night. G-Man, Tell the folks, like, for real, like, this is a grown man. This ain't your normal, average high school athlete. He's just out there doing what he wants. He bounces off of defenders. He's faster than most people. He just wants it more. He's a bad man.
Well, let me put this in perspective. They passed the ball 2 times. They completed 1 pass to Landon Campbell, and the rest of the offense went to Heath Donaldson. So if that doesn't tell you anything, you need to vote for this guy. 309 yards. He had 50 carries and 6 touchdowns. This man deserves to win Phenom this week over anybody on this list. As you see here, dragging multiple defenders. He doesn't want to run around people. He wants to run through them. I mean, he's got 3-4 guys on him right there, going to the pylon, and right here he's going to bowl a defender over to get in the end zone, and it shows off the emotion. As Heath Donaldson deserves this Phenom galleon. You guys need to stand up and vote for your boy, Heath.
Yeah, that's a grown man right there doing grown man things. Tigers off to a 3-1 start. Those are your nominees. Make sure that you vote now. All right, that's the Phenoms, the best individual performances that we captured with our cameras on Friday night. How about the top 5 plays of the week? Here they are. Let's meet the week 4 nominees. Kicking off the countdown, where else but with nominee number 1. How about it? And here it comes, filling up your eyeballs. How about Will Hager of Bellevue? He didn't wait very long to get the Redmen on the board. How about the opening kickoff return of the game, setting the standard, letting the Colts fans know it's going to be a long night. 83-yard house call. Pretty special to start the night like that.
I don't even think he was touched there. He just put the afterburners on immediately, and Bellevue picks up another big win against a regional opponent.
And he does have afterburners. Effie James told me that he's been clocked at 4.3. So that's a real burner right there. When he gets into the open field, no chance you're going to slow him down. At number 2, let's see that full-grown man, Heath Donaldson. This is going to be a 20-yard TD run, but he got to take a whole bunch of folk with him to get past that pylon and into the end zone. Just grown man strength, man.
Yeah, Brian, I believe he takes one of his offensive linemen here, too. Right at the end, takes his wide receiver with him. So come down with me. Let's get a touchdown, baby. Heath Donaldson, heck of a play. Heck of a game.
Hopefully they tipped after that for the nice Uber ride into the end zone. Incredible stuff right there from Heath. He's been doing that every week. Nominee number 3, Andre Hill. He won top play a couple of weeks ago. Will he win it again this week with a leaping catch in the end zone? How about Marshall sets it up? But yeah, he gonna do the rest. Wow. How about getting Moss?
Yeah, that's called getting Moss. Give him a little bit of the hee-hee. You know how they say it over there? Andre Hill, super athletic. Just absolutely has his moon shoes, I guess, on for this one. Just look, just the moving pictures do the talking for him.
3, 2, 1, blast off. Over the top of the Ontario defender. Whip it, score. Again, they do that a lot. So does Andre Hill. Defying gravity. At nominee number 4, we've got Brett Shearer of West Holmes. This is going to be 80 yards, I'm told. It's going to end up in the end zone, but take us through the run, Travis. This is the special part.
Stiff arm, get off me! Throws the guy 10 yards, goes to the house. I'm sorry, but this has to be the play of the week. Just the effort that he had. Take a look at the replay one more time. Just catches it out of the backfield, down the sideline, beats his defender, and then breaks not 1.
Okay.
Not 2.
Nope.
But 3 tackles right there, and just,
He looks like a dude in one of those big balls that you roll around in, running into the whirly-bird at the Ferris wheel park. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Does that make any sense? Kind of added up in my brain. All right, last but not least, how about this 37-yard rainbow grab? Beautiful stuff right there, adjusting in the air. East Knox getting into the end zone here. Let's check it out one more time. Beautiful, beautiful aerial display right there. Great, that's a dime too. You can't throw that any better than that placement right there from Peyton Lester, taking the Dogs into the end zone. Those are your top 5 plays of the week. Vote online right now. All right, gentlemen, that's all that we have for the high school football, at least for week 4. Let's jump ahead now and start thinking about the future, shall we? Week 5, we're all going to be at some different games. Let's go ahead and let the folks at home know what they can enjoy this week. Who shall be playing, Storm?
Well, you know, going to be at WW Skiles Field, so that's going to be an exciting one as Shelby will take on Pleasant. Should be a good game. I'm super excited. I always love being at WW Skiles, and like we talked about on Friday, not going to be a whole lot of games there. coming up in the future, as they are going to be moving to a new stadium. So I'm going to live it up. I'm going to live it up while I'm out there. Get some concession stands, food.
Oh yeah.
Gotta make some memories.
They usually have that snow cone thing going on back in the back of the end zone too. So I think it's going to be a little bit warmer. This might be our last week that's really snow cone weather. Make sure you get down on one of those.
Yeah, Brian, I'll be at Marion Harding to see Galleon travel on the road, see if they can move the 4-1. Now, Galleon quietly, has been improving each week. They defeated MOAC opponent River Valley last week, 42-25, obviously behind 50 carries from Aneve Donaldson. It's going to be interesting to see, man. I say this every week. If somebody can stop Aneve Donaldson, because it seems as if once you can stop him, I haven't seen it yet.
But
so I don't know if you can stop him.
But
So maybe I'm just going to go on a limb and say Marion Harding's not going to stop him, and we're going to see him on the Phenom list again. But you never know. See if Marion Harding can prove me wrong.
All right, K-Mac Trav, what K-Mac venue will you be at?
Well, to the chagrin of the Richland County boys over here, I will be at Chet Looney Stadium. Cardington taking on East Knox. Cardington put up a fight against Northmore. They fell 21-14 last week. East Knox coming off of that big win against Centerburg. Can the Trojans stay undefeated? Not the Trojans. Can the Bulldogs stay undefeated in the K-Mac? Or can Cardington pull off the upset? We will find out Friday night.
I'll answer that question about the Trojans. No, they can't stay undefeated because the Dogs nix them. I'm probably going to be with Travis calling that game. I'm kind of a free agent right now, trying to figure out where I'm going to end up on Friday night, but I'm thinking that there's just no better environment for small school football other than maybe Bob Winefield than Chet Looney Stadium, and I kind of want to get over there. That's going to be a big-time game. Lots of fun games going down on the OH.Report this Friday night, but those are just the ones that we're going to be doing. All right, guys, let's go ahead and help the universe get comfy now. Great debate that needs to be settled once and for all. How do you get comfortable at your house? Do you sit underneath a ceiling fan? Or are you more of a box fan kind of guy, Travis?
Got to do the box fan. You can direct the airflow that way. Ceiling fan, it's nice in the winter if you want to circulate the warm air and stuff from the heater, but box fan, put that in front, especially hot summer nights, put it right in front of your bed, cools you down, keeps you perfect. If you're in front of the gaming console or your computer, put the box fan right down, directional air, perfect thing to have.
All right, so it's a muggy night here in Ohio, boys, and you're sweating a little bit. You got to cool off. Where are you heading in the house?
Well, when I'm sleeping, I personally like the ceiling fan. I think the box fan is too noisy, and that's coming from someone who likes to sleep, with noise in the room. I sleep with the TV on or whatever. But box fan just too loud. And, when you have it on one and it's quiet, I don't think it's producing enough air. When you have those big blades spinning in the air, I think that's a really just nice, gentle flow. Sometimes the air coming out of the box fan can be just a little rough on my delicate skin, so I think the ceiling fan's got it.
I feel you on that, G.
See, coming in from a hot day, I never go, let's go stand underneath the ceiling fan to cool off. It's usually, let's go stand in front of the box fan. But if I had to pick off the list, I'm definitely going to go box fan. If I want to go off the list, the AC unit in my room, just go stand right in front of it. It's definitely going to cool you off the fastest. Yeah. And if you put a box fan in front of the AC unit.
Make it even,
So
you're
I'm definitely going to go with box fan, but off the script, AC unit.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go all the way, too. I'm going to go triple decker because I have all three going down in my room every single night. I got the window AC unit going over in the corner. I got the box fan right on my person, which sometimes, again, I need the level 1 like you, Storm, a little bit too much. If I go level 2 or 3, it kind of cuts into me. My hairs get a little bit flustered. Can't do that. And then the ceiling fan just kind of whirls it all around and makes it one beautiful, cool environment in my room. So I'm kind of a 3-pack kind of guy. I need 3 fans to go to bed every night. All right, guys, just because we're adults doesn't mean that we can't enjoy cartoons, right? We're still watching them, still digging them. But what is the best adult cartoon of all time? You can pick from any in the universe, Storm.
I got to go with The Simpsons, I think. I love The Simpsons. I'm actually rewatching all of the episodes of The Simpsons on Disney+.
Oh, wow.
And, man, those first seasons are so funny. I don't remember the last time I've laughed so hard at a TV show in a while because they are just so funny. It's so well written. Matt Groening knows what he's doing, and you can tell by some of his other works, too. But, man, The Simpsons, that's just the crown jewel. That is the cornerstone. I feel like every adult animated cartoon strives to be like The Simpsons.
No question about it. They've been around for over 20 years?
Yeah.
30 years? How long have they been doing it?
I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it's over 20 years. Over 30?
Over 30.
Yeah. Whew,
December
wow.
17th, 1989 was the first episode.
Dang, that's well before you guys. I mean, I was just barely out of diapers too, and they still making episodes. That's impressive stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely a good pick. I never could get into The Simpsons. I guess I'm going to go with Family Guy. I'm a Seth MacFarlane guy, so I think he definitely has one of the best jokes when it comes to Adult Swim series. But I think a sleeper pick is American Dad. I kind of grew up on that show.
True.
Not a lot of people watch it, but if you do watch it, it's kind of like a spin-off of Family Guy, pretty much the same thing. But I don't know. I definitely pick Family Guy with a close second of American Dad.
All right, Trav, you going with one of those two? Or
I'm
you got
going
something new?
Simpsons. I got to go with The Simpsons. Like I said, first episode was December 17th, 1989. It was Santa's Little Helper, their dog. It was the first episode where they found him. Hilarious show. I know Andy Jardy, if he was here, also big Simpsons fan. And Adam Thompson just telling me as well that it helped launch Fox. Although I think Adam would be a Futurama fan. If I'm not mistaken, he is. But gotta go with The Simpsons, and they just continue to throw out great episode after great episode. You have the Treehouse of Horror every year during Halloween. You have the Christmas episodes, and they stick with the times and do some things. I mean, they predicted the Seattle-Denver Super Bowl before Denver even had, or Seattle had a team way
like
back
that.
in the 90s, something like that. So they even predicted Donald Trump to be the president way back in the mid-90s. So like they kind of Groening got something going on, yeah, right? But I love The Simpsons.
Yeah, Simpsons are great. It's hard to go wrong with any of these selections, but for me, it's got to be South Park, man. You want to talk about some guys that are
Colorado
unafraid
boy.
to challenge the system, and most importantly for me, what Travis said, as a native Coloradan, they go to actual real landmarks and places that I'm familiar with.
Casa
When they
Bonita.
did the episode at Casa Bonita, I almost fell over. I can't tell you how many times I've been there. That's such an awesome place with the worst food on earth, but you'll pay $20 for your plate to watch the divers and the great shows, and then you get to go into the cave. They did an episode of the Cave of Winds too, I remember. So for me, it's just cool to see that they're going around the great state of Colorado and kind of picking on some of our landmarks. All great choices though. With the longevity, you got to go Simpsons.
Another tidbit from Adam, did you know that they actually bought Casa Bonita and they're promising to fix the food?
Stop
yeah, the people who made the show, yeah.
Are they?
Matt Stoney and Trey
Because I
Parker.
did see that they were threatening to shut it down. It's the biggest restaurant maybe in the world. Like, it's crazy. It's 3 levels. It goes on for days and days and days. You can actually eat inside of caves if you want to. You can go. There's a year-round like Halloween maze that you can walk through. And then, of course, the big cliff that you can jump off of. But I did see on Facebook they were trying to get some money, some donations to keep it open. And they had thousands and thousands of dollars coming in on their Facebook. So I do hope that the people, the makers of South Park, keep it open. It's a great place. And hopefully this is a great place for you to spend your Monday evenings with us here on the OH Report. But we're out of time, so bye, guys.